Aimee B.
I'm Aimee B.
We're AB squared.
We're going to talk about the A's and B's of K-pop.
This is another bonus. This is our... She gets to enlighten me about like real world stuff, and then I get to tell her about the K-dramas going on before our very eyes.
Yeah.
So just a really quick convo about the SM hostile takeover and like the other companies. So there was always like the big three: SM, JYP, and YG. So SM was created by this man named Isuman, and he created SM. He is credited with starting the whole system of trainees and all of that stuff, but he also is one who is now known for starting what they call slave contracts, because early on 3 members of TVXQ sued him to be released from the slave contract that EA had to sign for 13 years and all this other stuff. So
they get 10% or something like that.
Yeah, SM's so great. But at some point, Isuman started like a subsidiary company that he then signed a contract with himself, and that company is a production company, and it said all SM artists have to use that production company for their songs, and the contract goes to like 2098. And then at some point, SM went local, went public, and then he got a board of directors, yada yada. But he always kept the primary shares, like the controlling number of shares. So then he stepped down as CEO, and he named his nephew and some other guy that were co-CEOs, and then he just was doing whatever he was doing, was still with the company. So then he starts another company, production company, and of course a contract gets signed, the same thing. Any SM artist who's doing something in America has to use this production company. So then those production companies were jacking up their fees, and so SM has been in the red for years. They're bleeding money because of those contracts. And the board of directors were like, wait, we don't like this. This isn't what we want. And so nephew and other co-CEOs cancel those contracts. Isuman then throws a fit and says, I'm going to sell all my shares to HYBE. Well, HYBE is in this active takeover mode, right? They've taken over Pledis, and then Big Hit is a subsidiary of theirs, and probably some others I don't know about. So there's this whole thing, and then Kakao comes in. And what's Kakao?
They have the app on my phone that does talking, like instant messaging.
Were you instant message the K-pop idol directly?
No. It's like I talk to my friend. Like it's like the international text message.
Okay. So Kakao wants to get
WhatsApp
into this.
for Asia.
I don't even know WhatsApp.
WhatsApp is like this for South America.
I don't know, lady. I don't know. So, all right. So then HYBE and Kakao come to an agreement, and Kakao will kind of be the one that buys over SM and kind of runs that bit, and HYBE won't interfere. Well, now HYBE has bought Isuman shares, so they own most of it, and they're trying to buy more shares. So I don't know about their little agreement. And Isuman flew back from Europe to Korea to file a lawsuit of his own, because I'm wondering, like, what kind of a deal does he have with HYBE? That he's so...
HYBE.
I just feel like, what point is it enough money for you, and at what point do you want your legacy about building something versus tearing something down? And clearly, if that kind of... I don't know the financial legalities in Korea, but if you do that stuff here, eventually if you get caught, it's no good. And, New York is going after a certain someone who does just that. So it's not legal. It's not cool, but I don't know about their financial rules. But anyway, big K-drama, like right before your eyes. So it's nice to like watch it from afar and be like, but I'm sorry, Super Junior is an SM artist, and so they better not mess it up.
Don't mess with those guys. They're awfully cute, talented.
Well, and HYBE, I don't know about them because they canceled New East, and I'm not happy about that when they took over Pledis.
So
that's rude, and I liked New East.
HYBE is in some hot water in my circles too, because they just named Scooter Braun as the only CEO of HYBE. Like, it used to be Scooter Braun and PD Bang.
Oh.
But Bang is not going to be CEO of HYBE.
HYBE.
So
He's
Big
just
Hit
Big
Entertainment
Hit.
is the company that BTS is under, and I think that like it's wholly owned by HYBE, but it's separate. So
No, it's wholly owned by PD Bang and BTS.
okay, there we go.
It's like a subsidiary.
But it's under the HYBE umbrella. So
Yes.
okay.
I don't
So
know how that works.
So now Scooter Braun is the only CEO. PD
I'll
Bang's
have to
not
look
CEO
him
of
up.
that. Check that out. You know
Yeah.
who Scooter Braun is.
I do not.
Oh, okay. Scooter Braun is the person who stole all of Taylor Swift's catalog. So she had to re-record it. Yeah. He's
Well,
he's
he's
like
no
the
good.
discoverer of Justin Bieber.
He's no good. Oh, really?
So
no
I
good.
think he's like
The world
good
would
at
be-
making hits, but like doing the best thing for
Shyster.
everybody might not be the thing.
Shyster.
Also,
Just like Isuman.
yeah, who
You
are these
don't
guys?
you don't cripple the company you built just so that you can become, a billionaire.
So also,
Well, I
HYBE,
don't think you should.
HYBE does, they're a publicly traded company, and so they do quarterly reports. And in their quarterly report, someone asked them about what's the deal with dynamic pricing, which is a thing that I keep talking about Taylor Swift. I swear I'm not that into Taylor Swift, but it's where when you buy a ticket on Ticketmaster, they change the pricing based on demand. So your ticket can change price while it's in your shopping cart. It happened a lot during the Suga concert, so people got premium or dynamic pricing, platinum pricing. So when they picked out the seat, it was $300. When they went to pay for it, it was $1,000. And they create this, and it creates this. It's like makes you like it works on you who you're scared. I'm not gonna be able to see him because I was already in line for this for 4 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So people just now have bought tickets that were worth $1,000, and they didn't mean to. That wasn't their intention. I before when I was waitlisted for these tickets, I was like, I don't know how much they cost anyway. I have never known how much the tickets cost until you go in and click on one. And you're like, oh, this one's $60. Oh, this one's $600. But $1,000 like face value, like that, isn't that crazy? So anyway, so HYBE said, they said, what are you going to do about dynamic pricing? And HYBE said, yeah, we like dynamic pricing. We're going to do it because
Of course they like it.
you can do it if you have the ability to sell out shows. That's how it works, and we do. And so we're going to use it for Suga. We used it for Suga's tour. We're going to use it for TXT's tour. We're going to use it for all of the HYBE artists that come to the United States, and we're going to look at using it in other countries too. Well, the fandom is not happy about that.
No.
They're like, if you want to make more money from
They
us,
already
just sell us more merchandise.
Screw the fans over.
Make more merchandise.
Yeah, but merchandise screws over the artists because they don't get a good share of it.
Well, I think there's a big difference. There's a big business difference than making and selling merchandise than just charging more for a concert, which you're going to do anyway, right?
Well, it's
Like,
all
that's a
crap.
little different.
It's all crap.
But it is kind of like, so there are a lot of protests. People are canceling their non-album purchases on Weverse, their merchandise purchases because you don't want to hurt the artists, so you still want to buy their music.
Yeah.
It's not the artist's fault. I mean, the artists hopefully are going to get rich too. They already are rich, but anyway,
BTS,
that's a
but
big.
Most of them aren't.
That's
Okay, so the
really
other,
bad
so
stuff
the
about
other group, so they have downgraded YG and SM from the big three, and now it's just HYBE and YG. But we'll see what happens with SM and HYBE. And oh god, now it's just all crap.
That's interesting. I didn't know that story was still happening. I didn't know.
Yeah, neither did
bought
I. I thought it had kind of settled when HYBE and Kakao made their agreement, but now they're like not sticking to it. We shall see. I think though, when we look at JYP and YG though, both of those CEOs have reputations, and not so good ones about how they sexualize their female artists, overly sexualized, especially even when they're minors. So I'll give you this much: HYBE has this new group, New Jeans.
Yeah.
Which,
one of the girls 14.
Yeah. Well, I watched one of their videos and I hated it, but I did think at least they weren't. You could tell these were girls, young girls,
Yeah.
and they weren't overtly sexualized. So I give you credit for that. But yeah, YG has sexualized 14-year-olds like crazy, and then JYP, who I don't know. The world is split on this. Some people think he's great. Some people think he's creepy. we're in the creepy
I don't like him.
category.
I don't like him.
I first saw him, he was on the variety show Knowing Brothers. So there's like a cast, and then they come in like, you know, anyway, he had a group. He was supposed to be, you know, advertising. I can't think of the word off the top of my head, but it really just kind of became about him. And I didn't know who the hell he was, so I thought he was their manager. And I'm like, God, this guy has got some freaking ego. He needs to like do a better job to like bring up his group that he's there to promote. And of course, now that when I found out who he was, it made sense why they were really talking to him a lot. But he would like go out and dance and do his things, and I was like, ew, no.
I don't like his singing or his dancing. I don't like his persona.
Mm-mm.
I don't like any of that kind of stuff.
And then
go ahead.
after that, after not knowing who he was and seeing that and that kind of, and so for me, like a creep is a vibe. It's not as if I can be like, boom, 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 creep. Sometimes you can, but sometimes it's just this like, ooh, you creepy. I don't know about you.
He's not my type.
And then I couldn't find it when I looked for it the other day, but there was a thing, and I think it was a member of Twice, because that's another band under JYP, and they had exchanged photos of themselves like underneath covers, and he didn't have a shirt on, and they were over in bed, and I'm like, that is so inappropriate. That is full-on sexual harassment, and that is not cool. And then I realized who he was, and I'm like, oh yeah, creep. But then there's all a bunch of stuff how he treats his female artists better than his male, and then he's responsible for letting go GOT7. So, he icky. I don't. Yeah, there's nothing about him that I find remotely endearing, and I think it's so interesting how he gets away with everything. When in Korea, I mean, there's groups that are newly forming, or there's these talent shows, and then whoever wins on them gets to form a new band, and then people come out and say like, oh, he was a bully in junior high, and it's this whole big scandal, and they might have to like quit, and yet you have this freaking bully creep, as an adult, like JYP and YG guy who are like creepy, and you give them passes. I don't get it.
He's not gonna pass from us.
No. What did your daughter call him again?
KYP Oppa.
JYP Oppa?
JYP Oppa.
Because she's a stay.
She's a stay, and that's the group that they're in. And he kind of likes the stays. But then I also watched with her the making of the Stray Kids. Mm-hmm. And he was mean. He was mean. He was like bullying. He was punitive.
Was he like Simon Cowell?
Yeah, like that. But like worse, because it was their whole lives. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. Also, one of the artists that he signed very young and gave her this very sexy song called I can't remember. I don't know. He gave her this very sexy song with a very sexy dance and stuff like that. And she's like, I'm so young. I don't. Why? And so she fell out of the industry. And on Namjoon, when he did his album, he featured her in a great song. And she has a great voice, and she's not under JYP's thumb anymore, so good for her.
Good for you. Wow. So, man, I don't know what company is good out there, but there's some heavy K-drama going on in this.
Yeah. Really.
All right. That's our thoughts on the companies. It's kind of nice to watch it from afar, except for JYP and YG. They're creepy. No good. Guys, come on. Do better.
Please treat people well.
Yeah, do better on that stuff. And demand that they treat people well, like where it really matters. Somebody bullied when they were in junior high, it matters, but not like they were. You grow, right? These guys are adults and they're in control. Yeah. They control you. They control their artists, and then they're doing that inappropriate behavior. And oh no, demand better. All right, what's your word for today?
My word for today is. I forgot.
All right, so
I knew it. Hold on, I'm apologies. Go ahead, please.
My word is going to be shido, which means fail. Oh no, shido means I don't like it. Fail is shippe. So I have two words. Don't like shido and fail shippe. That came to me during our conversation. That all those actions we just talked about, shippe.
Skip me with that.
Okay,
Jung
what?
Nan Hey. Jung Nan Hey. Are you
What?
kidding me?
Oh, I don't know
Jung
that
Nan
one.
Hey.
Let me see it.
Let's hear it again.
I can't hear it. Jung Nan Hey. Okay, I'll
Jung
check
Nan
that
Hey.
out. you
Also,
kidding me?
that Yoongi has said at his concerts lately, he's been saying, "Are you kidding me?" Jung Nan Hey.
Jung Nan Hey. Okay.
Yoongi's been saying, "Are you kidding me?" He's been saying that in English, and he was on the Tonight Show the other day with Jimmy Fallon, and he said, "Are you kidding me?"
Well, I thought it was Jimmy. No, it was Jimmy Fallon.
Fallon. Yeah,
I don't watch him. I don't stay up that late.
yeah, I do. I watched all of it. It's so cute.
I'm already asleep.
So, your favorite?
So our
cover.
music award today.
What's your
I
favorite
picked.
cover?
Favorite cover. Oh, my favorite cover is Gaho with this band. He plays with something called Kave with a K.
Okay.
And they redid, and it's been about a year or so, they redid a Blackpink song of Shut Down.
Oh.
And knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
Made me go back and listen to Blackpink's version, and I was like, all right, it's not as, it's okay. It's good. They're both good, but I love Gaho's version. And now I've listened, he did another Blackpink cover. He's done a bunch of covers, but they also have a bunch of their own stuff. But Gaho and Kave, and they're pretty much like on their own. They're doing their own stuff.
Nice.
So good. Oh my God, I cannot recommend that one enough.
Take it up a notch. Do they have a music video?
Yeah.
Or a stage video?
Yeah, and so the way that the band arranged it, because they play the instruments.
Yeah.
The way they arranged the instrumentation, so good. And Gaho's the singer, and it's, oh man, he's good. It's good. You should listen.
Must check it out. I will.
You will, because I'll put it in the description.
Right, I'll check it out.
Okay, what's your favorite collab?
My fave,
Or your favorite cover, sorry.
JK can sing any Justin Bieber or Harry Styles song and just make it sound beautiful. So there are a lot of those out there. My favorite cover probably is all of BTS, OT7. They sang Fix You by ColdPlay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really beautiful. It's like understated a little bit. The staging is really spare. Their voices are nice. I like that song anyway. I think it's sweet, and it does seem like it was. ColdPlay has said before, like, we wrote these songs for BTS before BTS existed. But it feels like some of his songs are like, for them. Yeah. So that's a good one.
One
Watch
of my
that video.
favorite, I do know that one, and it's very good. And I wish that it was more real, but it's good. It's really well done.
More real?
Because it's auto-tuned. Like, excessively auto-tuned.
I don't think so. So, okay. So
one day
after
we'll
you
sit
said,
down and I will
okay, so then I watched.
train your ear for that.
I watched I like to watch these like voice coaches talk about watch BTS and do reaction videos. So I watched a voice coach do a reaction video to that.
Those are so
and
fake
he did
too.
no, shut up. He did not say
Those
anything
are
about
so
auto-tune.
fake. I know they're
It was
like, they'll
beautiful.
hear the
I
note and they'll
can't
be like, wow.
That takes a lot of strength.
Oh my God, they're
Control.
so fake. Those guys are so fake.
Okay, I believe it all. I think it's lovely.
One day we will sit down and I will help you train your ear.
Well, when
all of K-pop is auto-tuned, but that song.
when I meet
excessively.
BTS and they sing at my summer party, you could come and listen to them.
And I'll be like, oh my God,
It'll
they're
be
auto-tuned.
unplugged. It'll
I
be
think
so
I just
good.
wish they had more confidence in themselves that they didn't do that. But I also think the companies demand it too, so it's not always the artists. The
Well, they did
NPR
hire Jim
Tiny
because
Desk
he's
concert, auto-tuned, but still very enjoyable. And you take it for what it's worth. I do love that song, and I do love the way they arranged it. I do, and I think they all can sing. That's why, in my day, when you sang live, that was what separated you made you. Are you a good band or are you crap?
Yeah.
It was how you sang live, because auto-tune did not exist, and it didn't exist in the recording studio, and it didn't exist live, but you can still do a lot in the recording studio back in the day. So that was like what separated you as a talent. It was like, can you sing live? And there were plenty of bands that you hear and you'd be like, okay, you not so good live. So autotune is just has a lot of that wrapped up into it for me. Is like it's harder to differentiate, but I do think all the members would be. Well, I do think the vocal line can really sing.
Jimin
can sing.
said on his new album he used autotune for 20 seconds in one song.
Cool.
Do you think he's lying?
No, I don't think he would.
Okay. Yeah.
I haven't heard
I
his
love
album,
Jimin.
but I don't think
it
he would
sounds-
lie about
It
that.
there are parts that are obviously.
I think that just auto-tuning live is just sucks. Like, don't do it. But I think you just have to have confidence in yourself, and your company should have confidence in you. Not everything is auto-tuned, and they lip sync a lot. But
They do lip sync a lot.
But I do love that song. But I'll tell you, my favorite, just because I want to throw this out here, one of my favorite covers that BTS did was way, way early when they were young. And they did a cover of Perfect Man, which is from a band called
It's
Shinwa.
so good.
It is good,
It's so
isn't
good.
it?
And the dancing is really cute.
I know.
That's a really good performance.
It was a great performance.
Jimin's especially
Yeah,
cute.
he was.
He's dancing and he
You're
takes off
right,
his
he was
jacket.
in there.
Oh, he is so cute.
He is cute.
That was a good one.
We'll put
Yeah,
all
that
three
was
of
a good
those in the link.
We got lots of.
That was a good cover.
Yeah.
And it made me like that song, and I went to go find it, and they didn't record it, so I had to buy it from Shinwa, which is still good, but whenever I hear it, I think of BTS.
Yeah, there's some songs I can only listen to on YouTube, like Do You by RM and Dang is not on any streaming service yet, which I love.
Yeah, Do You was a good song.
Yeah,
Good
video.
I did. All right. Well,
Bye!
That was a good bonus. It ended on a better note than it started. So.
Annyeong. Annyeong!